Hello everyone, my name is Danushka. So this video is being demonstrated as per the requirement of uh, MN506 assignment 1 part B, which is system management. Uh, in this video, I'm going to highlight and demonstrate about two important monitoring tools, which is commonly used among network administrators. And the two tools will be ATOP and IOTOP. So I'm going to discuss and highlight about the difference between these two tools and how the network administrators are being benefited of these two tools. So before going into the demonstration, I will briefly highlight about the introduction about these two tools. So the ATOP is basically, it's a kind of a highlight and representation of list of all the processes that is caused by the system level changes, and also kind of a comprehensive detailed representation of the disk usage of a particular system in terms of the time levels, like the time intervals. And moving on to the IO top, it's kind of a representation of all the time and disk activities, all the processes and all threads. And more importantly, these data will be represented, this information will be represented in terms of input and output levels of this particular system. So now let's move on to the demonstration of these two tools. So since these two tools are should be run in a virtual environment, so I selected Kali Linux. So first things first, we need to update the virtual environment. We need to make sure that everything is up to date of this particular virtual networking environment. Now, since these two tools doesn't have the inbuilt versions in this virtual environment, so we manually have to install these two tools. So let us install first. Let us install ATOP. So ATOP. Yeah, got installed. Since I've already installed it, it didn't do much. Now, after doing that, let's move on to the interface of ATOP. This is the interface of the ATOP. And let's perform two tasks which related to these two monitoring tasks. So for that, let us go to the helping menu. This will indicate about all the coding which is related to the ATOP. So in this case, I'm going to pick about doing the display CPU usage monitoring aspect as well as the disk utilization aspect. So I'm going to hit -C and -D for that. So -C, this will clearly indicate about the CPU usage of particular system. And if you hit -D, it will clearly indicate about the disk utilization. So these kind of information will be benefited for a network administrator to keep their system in a to monitor their system. So now moving on to the IOTOP, as we did for the ATOP, this command would be IOTOP installation. Now it's already installed now. And I want to take you to the manual. In the manual, it clearly described, as I described earlier, it says like IOTOP, it matches the input and output usage of information. So In here also, let's move on to the helping command menu. So these are the things that you can perform. In here, I'm going to pick two characteristics. I'm going to show the list of processes, as well as I'm going to highlight the list of threads and processes in terms of input and output level. For that one, the command would be -o, and for the list of basic representation of the processes, it will be the -p. So I'm going to hit first -o. There you go. It gives a clear indication regarding the disk usage in terms of inputs and outputs. So we'll also hit -p. Basically, all the processes, list of processes are being highlighted. Not actually the threads, but basically all the processes are being highlighted. So these kind of information would be ideally helpful for the network administrators to analyze their system. So let me do a conclusion of these two tools. For me personally, I believe as the ATO provides a more comprehensive analysis of a system monitoring in terms of, as it gives all the lists and processes which is happening, what sort of things which is happening in the system in terms of time intervals. So in IOTOP, it only gives an indication about in terms of input and output levels of all the processes and threads. So that's why my preference would go to the ATOP. So that would be the video. I hope you grabbed much knowledge regarding that. So thank you so much. Thank you.